Whoa. Whoa, it's Minifigure Illusion reporting from somewhere on Brick Ship Earth. I'm here. I'm Boba Fetting the scene up, dude. I'm gonna Boba Fett the scene up, man. So we're here. We're gonna do round 2 of building the Desert Skiff / Sarlacc Pit, yo. And that is set number 75396. Oops, we don't want any feedback loops going on. And that's what we're doing. So we're like 2 number bags deep. Look at that. That's like art right there. Psychedelic, man. It is like art. I like that. And make a piece of Lego art just like that. So we're here, 558 pieces. It looks like we're in the first book, which is just the Sarlacc Pit. We're gonna get through that today, tonight, this morning, wherever you are. So we're on number bag 3. And it looks like we're getting a Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker. It's Luke Skywalker. Let me just get there we go, right there. Yeah, a little bit. Make eye contact with you, right? We can go up a little bit more. The camera is different than the thing. Yeah, let's see what I'm doing right there. All right, I'll put that over here. This right here. Swing. Yeah, get that. Get you dialed in. There we go. So here's the ASMR part of the video where the bag crinkles. Where the bag crinkles and a minifigure is revealed. So what do we get? We get 6 minifigures. That's not bad. These 25th anniversary sets are pretty good with their minifigure stash. Because Luke does not come with the cape. Because he doesn't have one in this scene. He just shows up. Oh, we get printed legs. We like printed legs. We get frowny face and smirky face. Luke with a bowl cut. Luke's got his bowl cut on and a green lightsaber because he's green lightsabering this part. And he's a lefty today. So there's Luke, printed legs. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess that's Luke right there for you. We'll put him on the on this box right here. We got him going on, dude, over my shoulder. Boulder holder. So we're here. It's man, I guess I'll just chit chat, warm it up. I don't know. It's Friday night, Memorial Day weekend in the United States. I know we got a lot of visitors from the other parts of the globe. It's Labor Day weekend, which is the official end of summer. End of summer here in the United States of America. It's official. Summer's over. Time to move on. And that's cool. You know, it was pretty hot up here today. It hit the 100 mark. It's funny. The difference between 100 and like 90, 95 is pretty outstandingly obvious. And so yeah, it was hot. The ground was hot. I've been trying to be barefoot as much as possible. And, you know, today the ground was hot, very hot for the feet. My little feet were getting cookarooed. So it looks like we're building up the Sarlacc Pit here with these tan pieces. And that's all right with me. I was like, I wanted to come in and finish the set. And then I really wasn't feeling, I have had one of those days that was not quite a fail, but definitely not a win. If you get where I'm at, like, I don't know, I don't know, life's been tricky lately, man. It's just tricky, dude. I had a cool conversation with an old friend of mine the other night, but I'm like, you know, whatever. Trying to figure it out, dude. Still trying to figure it out. That's what I got these bricks for. Because the bricks will help me figure it out. I think. That's the hope. The hope is the bricks will help me figure it out. Why not? Sure they can. It's highly possible. I don't know, man. Sometimes it feels like you're going forward and backwards at the same time. It's a very weird sensation. And it's only like, I saw this picture of my buddy tagged me in, and it was me with him back when I had the motorcycle for a little bit in 2012. And I was like, whoa, dude, this picture was 12 years ago. I'm like, what happened 12 years later, dude? Like, what's going on? And so I had that moment where I'm like, well, like on one aspect of life, like I've totally like propelled myself forward in many, many ways. And then on this other aspect of it, I feel like I'm going backwards on a whole level. It's hard to describe. I'm just really kind of not where I personally want to be. And I don't mean like physical location or any of that kind of stuff. I think like developmentally as a human being, I'm feeling like I'm going backwards and not forwards. And that feeling is very disconcerting because I know I'm moving forward. So I saw this picture from 2012 and I knew exactly, I knew where I was at in 2012. And at the same time, I'm like, that dude's going to go super far forward in life on so many levels. And yet I'm looking at the dude sitting there and I go, but that dude had it more figured out than this dude does now. Like I have less clue what's going on than I did in that picture 12 years ago. And I'm like, and I think it sort of shocked me on a level that life has gotten harder and not easier when I know more versus it's like I know more, but maybe I understand less. Could that be it? Could that be the possibility? Could there be something going on like that? Like I know more, but I understand less. It's a very off-putting feeling. And so I was sitting there for a moment, and I had the I don't know. I just got the fear, if you know what I mean, the fear. And the fear I always refer to is that moment when you're tripping on psychedelics and you're like, oh no. Oh no. What's going on here? And you're like, I'm way too far off the reservation, and there's no getting back. Like, I got to ride this one out. And you're sitting there and you're like, uh-oh. And you're like, you have to tell yourself that it isn't, that you're on drugs, dude. Like, that's what I used to remember, was always like that sort of gnarly point when you were tripping, like, was you had to, like, you would get the fear because it was all so gnarly and heavy and real. And then you would have to have that moment where you're like, okay, this is going to wear off eventually, dude. Like, I did put some sort of substance in my body, and this is the appropriate this is what's supposed to be happening, and I'm going to be okay. I remember it. The feeling I'm sort of having today is this. I remember I was hanging out with this dude. We must have been 19, something like that. Maybe a little older. Yeah, 19-ish, something like that. Maybe 20, 19. And I went and I hooked up with this dude, and he had this bag of microdots, dude. And if you don't know what microdots are, they're like little hits of LSD that are in like Tic Tac form. Like, not Tic Tac, but remember those Tartan Tinies, the little candy forms? They're like little like pellets. Just little pellets, dude. And he had like a bag full of them, dude. A whole bag full of them. So whatever, we ate a bunch of them, dude. And we were running. I think we were in Los Gatos at the time. We were in Los Gatos, roaming around. I don't know, I forget what we were exactly doing, but we were just running around, tripping balls, and we kept eating all these microdots, right? And I remember we were at this pool, I think at the dude's apartment complex or something. We were at this pool, and all of a sudden the dude's like, oh no, I know this feeling. I think I've eaten too many. What's going on, Grateful Ed? And I'm gonna overdose. This happened like a week ago, because he had this giant bag of microdots. And I remember sitting there for a moment, right? Like, you're with this dude, you've been chowing all these, you're a young psychedelic warrior, and there's always the myth of the overdose, right? The mythical overdose, right? And I remember him saying that and being like, oh no, I think we've eaten too much of this, and I overdosed last week on this, like, and I remember being like, oh, it's scary Han Solo face. And he's got good Han Solo hair right there. But he says eyes are closed because he's still blinded by the carbon freezing. And so this dude was like, oh no, I think we're gonna overdose. And I remember that moment because like the fear overtook me. I'm like, oh gosh, dude, like, you know, that weird feeling in your stomach where I was like, oh no, dude, like, and I remember the dude just kind of sitting on one of those lounge chairs by the pool and sort of putting his head down for a moment, like putting his like hands in his head, just like this kind of, right? And I remember being like, nah, we're gonna be fine, dude. We're gonna be totally fine. Just ride it out, dude. And so I went, and I remember I laid in the grass and I just stared up, right? And right above me, you know, when you lay in the grass, there's all those like bugs, dude, and gnats and stuff. And there was just this cloud of gnats, like, you know, like 2 feet above my face. And there was just this most fantastic, like, show, right? I just sat there and just watched these bugs swirl around and just do their bug dance. I don't know. Could have been 1,000 years. Could have been 10 minutes. I have no idea how long I was laying in the grass staring at these bugs, right? But there just became a moment where I was like, all right, man, like, y'all good? Are we all good? Like, let's go. And we bailed. But the moment of that moment when he was like, oh no, I've eaten too much. We've eaten too much. We're going to overdose. And I was like, I had that like fear in the pit of my stomach. I sort of have had that in a weird mental way today. Like, just, I've been having it a lot lately. And it's not because of the world, so to speak. It's not because the world's out of control. And it's because, like, I'm like sort of like in a weird way overwhelmed by like life right now. And I kind of feel like I'm blowing it, but I sort of know I'm not, but I sort of am. Like Owl and I got into this gnarly fight today about school again. And it was just, you know, one of those, dude, we get into it, dude. And you're like, and I have that moment where I'm like, dude, like, I can't believe I'm battling my little dude about this stuff. And I'm like, why am I like battling him about this stuff? And then I'm like, well, I gotta like, I don't know. It's like that, the gnarly like life acid, dude. Just all so gnarly, dude. And I'm just like, and like I get that. So I got this, so I just like spun out, which usually regret some. Yeah, you usually regret at some point, and then you taking that stuff, then you get exactly. No, we'd had a lot for a long time, dude, that day. But whatever, yeah, you just get over it, man. But so it's like that thing, so it's like life acid, right? So I don't know, I just got super bummed and I got super over it. You know, I just got super like annoyed at my owl and my wife, and just, it was a whole hectic scene for a moment. So I went and I just do what I do when I get crazy, is I just go check out. I'm like, all right, dude, just flip all the switches off and just take yourself out of the game for a little bit, so you've already said everything you've had to say. You're already off the reservation. Like, Just go take a time out, man. There's nothing left to be accomplished right now. So I went and I took a time out, and I was super in that like fuck it phase, man. Like, what's the point phase, right? Of it all. And I was laying there, and all of a sudden, like, this weird, like, video thing came up with some weird news thing. And it was all about woman fights Amazon selling suicide drug or something, right? Some news report from some town somewhere, whatever, random. I was like, oh, what is this all about? So I flipped it. I listened to the thing. And so this lady was like, her like 15-year-old kid, her boy, did himself in on this sodium nitrate stuff that you use to preserve meats, right? And Amazon's selling it. And I guess all these like kids are taking it that are reading about it on this, like these like super proactive suicide sites, like whatever. And all of a sudden I'm looking at her, and she's crying about how her kid is gone, and she's just trying to get Amazon to stop selling this stuff. And all of a sudden I'm looking at this pictures of her kid, and like, I'm like, I just got the fear, dude. Like, I'm like, bro, where's my kid right now? And I was like, what is going on? Because I had no idea, dude. And then I went yeah, but apparently, no, Grateful Ed, apparently, so I'll get into this. Apparently there's a whole thing. So I went down the bunny hole of this thing, Grateful Ed. I looked it up. There are these pro-suicide chat sites you can go to that are promoting people doing themselves in. It's the gnarliest. I was like, what is this, dude? It freaked me out, man. I was like, how are they getting to these children? And I was like, these kids they're actually giving out these recipes to like buy this stuff so you can do yourself in. And it freaked me out, man. I was like, what is going on here? And so I just popped up. I had the fear. Just this weird, like crazy fear, man. And I had no idea this is going on. I had no idea that it's again is there's this thing in the human experience. Like, our blind spots are things that we could never imagine participating in, right? Grateful Ed, like, never in 1,000 years would I ever imagine that there would be people making websites with chat groups that are dedicated to people doing themselves in, right? It just blew me away, dude. And then I just went down the bunny hole on this thing. Do you know that these websites, there's this one website, I don't even know what the name, I'm not even going to say the name of it. It gets more views than the suicide prevention website, dude. That's how crazy it all is out there. And I don't know. I just had this like panic today, like this psychedelic panic. And that's what I'm getting at is no different than that moment sitting there when like my bro's like, we've eaten too much of the acid and I think we're going to overdose, dude. Like, I was just sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like my family, we're not where we're supposed to be, dude. And I don't mean like location wise. I mean like spiritually or something. I go, we're not ready for this. This is insane, dude. And I just had that like that moment out on the lifeboat where I'm like, oh my God, dude, like, ah, and the panic set in, dude, and the fear, dude, the gnarly fear, not the lame fear, like the real fear of like, oh my God, dude, like you're not doing something right, dude. You better like get it together. And so yeah. So then I loaded up Owl and I was like, let's go down to the feed store and get some hay for the animals, and we need to talk and talk. Because, life's pretty stressful right now. A lot of stuff going on, dude. It's funny, like yesterday with the fire, yesterday was an easy day with the fire. Like the fire, like that kind of weird stuff I can totally like handle. Like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, dude, like battle. Like, but there's all this like other like life stress stuff, my parents and just, stuff and just my own stuff. And I don't know, man. And then I stumbled into that thing and I made a Sarlacc pit, dude. Look at that. I don't know why everyone's hating on this Sarlacc pit. That's cool. Rawr, rawr. It should have a tongue. Shouldn't it have a tongue in there? Rawr, 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 rawr. Boba Fett, you're in there, buddy. Ah! Get in the... You're in there. So yeah, man, I had that thing today where I'm like... we sat down, the family, and we're like, okay, dude, we gotta change some stuff, dude. And like readjust the program. And just, I don't know, dude. Like I'm like we have to do, like, readjust the captain's log, if you will. I think that's what it was. I was like, I think the feeling I had is ultimately, if I, like, that's what I need. I was like, I didn't really want to come on and do a live stream, but I was like, I need to, like, talk this one out, dude. I'm like, oh, gee, I got the fear, right? And so... And the fear is yeah, like you're in your lifeboat, dude, and you're totally responsible, and you got to like reevaluate yourself as captain of the lifeboat, right? Like for all intents and purposes, I'm like, the buck stops with me. The cavalry's not coming. Orange man can't save me. Lady from California can't save me. Nobody can save me except my relationship with God, and I'm blowing it. For some reason, I'm just not fully focused in, and I'm just not being the captain I'm supposed to be of the lifeboat. So I was like, all right, I think this is a new piece, man. We're calling an audible. I go, we got to change our like strategy on the lifeboat, dude. Oh, that's a silver piece right there. So I was like, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Let's all, we're just going to sit down and we're going to like have coffee and cocoa in the morning and check in, dude. Like just check in, dude. Cause you get going with like life. Like we just kind of get up and do our thing. And by 8 o'clock, we're out feeding the animals, and it's off to the races, dude. It's off to the races of life and just handling stuff. And I was like, no, we need to like sit now in the morning and like check in and check the charts, dude. Bible says many times to fear not. Yeah, but it's not the biblical fear, dude. It's the but I'm not though grateful Ed in that sense. Like, yeah, I can get into all of it like that, but like, yeah, like I room for improvement, right? So it's not the fear of sort of that thing. It's the moment where you have to like the fear of like you have to stop what you're doing for a second and take a giant reassessment of like provisions, your compass headings, you just make sure your boat is watertight, that you don't have any leaks right now, because there's no storm right now. It's fairly calm water, but there's a storm a coming. And I don't even mean about the outside world, just the just keeping it going storm. And so I'm like, all right, we gotta like stop and like just have that moment where you just take stock and reevaluate and make sure that like we're all rowing together, because we were talking about that. I had to talk. After I saw that crate, I had to talk with the family and about like what we're doing and this and that, and like we're like, okay, like let's change it up. Morning meetings, dude. Like check in the morning, and we're not those. We're pretty like laid back on like a certain level, but I was like, I gotta like we gotta get our like, we've been just rowing in the boat for a while, dude. You know what I mean? Like we've been rowing in the boat for a long time up here, and it's time to sit down and just take an assessment, because the fear isn't like the fear of like, how would I say it is it's not the fear of the big thing. It's the fear of like an internal clock going ding 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 ding. Hey, wake up! You might be falling asleep at the till, right? Remember in Lawrence of Arabia when they're going through the snowstorm? Don't drift, right? Don't fall asleep. Whatever you do, just don't fall asleep. And it's that kind of a fear. It's not like the weird fear or the lame fear. It's the hey, all hands on deck fear. Like, dude, hey, everybody on board. Check your headings type of stuff. That's more what I'm getting at. Like I got that like, whoa, dude, we can't miss the moment. Don't miss the moment. And so that's more what I'm getting at, is that the instrument panels saying, hey, all hands on deck, dude. Reevaluate your settings, your whole, just take a moment. And so, but it came from that moment of the fear. It's like, when you're like, back to the tripping analogy, you got to check your pockets, make sure all your little things that you needed to have on you, like your keys are still in your pocket. Like you just didn't throw your keys, like throw your keys over the cliff type stuff, right? Like just things like that. It's that kind of like a gut check fear, like checking in on everybody's like where everyone's at. I think too. I was talking with my wife and Owl, like just checking in where we're at, man, so to speak. Let's see. What is this? Seems like it's not solid enough, but Okay, I guess it is. All right. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? All right. We're making the skiff, it looks like. That was a weird spot right there. It seems a little wonky, but okay. Press it all together, see what happens. No, it's the understanding that like settling for like baseline is almost going backwards right now. Like it's that time to like dig your oars in really hard for a moment and like gain some traction on the surface while you can. And you know, I'm not like I said, I'm not worried about the outside dumb stuff, dude. Like whatever, dude. That's neither here nor there. But I do worry about, you know, my own mental condition, my wife's mental condition. You know, because I think that people like forget that like their mental health is super important, and what happens is like you forget to kind of keep tabs on yourself, and all of a sudden like you're in the weeds and you don't even know it, and you haven't really checked in, and now you're in this like pickle. And that's more where like I'm at with this, getting at is that it's just a time to check in about like, wait, I didn't get that right. Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Did I not? Yeah, that's weird. Okay. All right, wait, I need to do it like this almost. I need to put this in there. Now. Okay. And yeah, just that kind of a energy, dude. Like just I mean, I don't know, man, like it's tough. Like I said, freedom is the gnarliest level of responsibility, right? There's nobody. You have to be accountable to yourself. And yes, you can be like ultimately you got to be accountable to God, but it's super easy to lose track of yourself. And today I officially had to be like, I've lost track of myself for a minute. And you know, just yeah, dude, the buck stops here, dude. The buck stops here, man. And you know, it's gnarly being responsible for your child's education, dude. I get why people are too afraid to do it. Like it's not even the time, it's the responsibility of it, dude. Being responsible for educating your child is, we got into this big argument today about, it may sound crazy, about which river flows south into the Gulf of Mexico, right? We're doing our geography for the day. And he kept being, it's the Rio Grande, dude. And I'm like, no, wrong. the Rio Grande flows west to east, but he's like, no, like look at it on the map. And I go, dude, it's actually all right. It was like, what's going on, Heinz Ketchup? And he was like arguing with me, and I'm like, dude, what major river flows south into the Gulf of? And again, it's that weird thing of like, it's flowing north to south. And like the minute you start like explaining it like that, you kind of get lost in the weeds. And so Al refused to look at the map. He's like, no, dude, it's the Rio Grande. And he's like pointing at the map. And I go, but it's coming into the Gulf of Mexico from the west. And he's like, yeah. And I go, which one is flowing from the north going south into the Gulf of Mexico? And we got into this huge argument, dude. And he was arguing with me, and I lost my mind. I was like, I just came unglued. And he wouldn't look, and he slammed his mouth. I got like him a rad atlas with all the ones that are all the different kinds of maps, just the geography and just the the political and the boundaries and all that stuff. And it just was like, became like a thing for a minute, right? And so, that scene always bums me out. Cause like, that's that point where I'm just like, you're like, you want to quit, man. Not that you want to quit, but like, you're just like, I don't know really what I'm doing. I'm literally, but like geography is my one wheelhouse where I'm fully confident, like 100%, like I know what's going on. Like I'm a map guy. Like that's why we had this big talk in the truck today. Like when we went to pick up the feed, I was like, Owl, like you're arguing with me about geography. And I go, dude, one thing that you know about me is I love maps, dude. I got maps everywhere, dude. I'm all about maps and cartography and all of it, dude. And he's like, yeah, there's like my glove compartment's full of maps, and there's maps wedged between the seats of the forest, and he's like, yeah, you're totally into the maps, and I go, but so why are you fighting me about maps, dude? Of all things to be fighting me about. And it's just that thing. It's like the nature of homeschooling is the children be fighting you, dude. And that's that thing. You're just like, man, like, this is so hectic. And it's gnarly, dude, because little dude's like down, and so we were in the thing, and I was talking to him, and I was like, why do you got to fight me within the map? And I go, is it because like I'm not gonna give up? Like, is me like fighting with you like convinced? It's like weird, like the negative energy thing is like this trippy thing. He's like, because I was like, you're fighting with me because I'm never going to give up on you, right? And he's like, yeah, dude. Like, and I go, but I'm never going to give up on you. So like, why are you fighting me? Like, stop it, dude. Like, oh, I missed a part, dude, somewhere. Uh-oh. Ah, dude. Where does this go? Oh, no. That's like deep in there. I knew it felt weird. Gotta go backwards here. Going backwards. Ah, it's right there. No wonder that thing was, I should have known it was, why I was having so much trouble there for a minute. All right. All right, we're back on track. Had to do a little demo right there. Swing. All right. And then... Hold on. So yeah, it's been one of those kind of days where, like, you know, like, look, it's that thing of, like I said, like, homeschooling your children is Sarlacc Pit's gonna be finished here, Mr. Catchup. It is going to be finished here in a minute. And you gotta refresh maybe. Is it frozen? Oh, sorry, that's me. That was me, my bad, dude. What's going on, Paraplegic? Now I had the low battery power symbol. Thanks for pointing that out. Paraplegic, man. What's going on? We're here. So yeah, it's that weird thing of, like, you get caught in these moments where you're like, yeah, you're sitting there, and it's a bit much, man. It's all up to you, dude. I mean, of course, ultimately it's all up to God, but, like, yeah, and so I had to talk with Al about it today, dude. And I'm like, dude, you gotta stop fighting with me about the schoolwork thing, man. Like you gotta stop doing it, man, because it freaks me out. And he's like, what? And I'm like, dude, it's like, look, man, like, it's one of these things. It's not going anywhere, but, like, it makes, like I'll tell you what, like, there's been a lot of things in my life that are rad. But I'll tell you, one of the raddest things for me in my 55 years of life is seeing my little dude get pumped about, like, something he's learned. Like, the other day we were doing the thing with finding angles and polygons, and, like, it clicked where he got it, and he got super stoked on it, and he got into his little jam with it. Oops. And he was stoked. He gets into this little, like space where he gets all, like, into it, man. And it gets me stoked because I'm like, look at that, dude. Like, that's when I know I pulled it off. But usually there's been, like, a level of, like, combat before that happens, dude. Like, that's always the thing that, like, is the hard part is, you know, Owl is definitely my son, so he's not an easy student to, like, he's not going to let it be easy for me. Yeah, so like there's these moments and I go, but the other side of it is like the pressure. Yeah, Cuff Chewy, dude. Cuff Chewy's rad. Look at him, dude. Yeah, the minifigures are good. I like that the Carbonite Han Solo is solid with the eyes all shut and the whole thing. Yeah, no, Owl's super gnarly, but that's what I mean. Like it's trippy. Like with Owl, I tell him like there's a weird thing where like I go, Owl, the reason I battle with you about school and I'm super like harsh about it is because like you're smart. He's like, I don't get it. Like why do you battle with me so hard with it? Because I'm smart. And I go, and I'm like, Owl, like if I thought you were incapable, I wouldn't even push you that hard. But you're super advanced, like you're a super smart dude. You know, you've always read, you don't watch television. Look at this piece. I need a bunch of those. These are rad. And I'm like, dude, I can't let you underachieve, dude. And he's like, And I go, yeah, when you're sitting there like, because I'm not too about like this, like getting all like anal about it. That's not where we battle. It's the thing of him not using his brain. All right, here's Nine Nub, dude. The infamous Nine Nub minifigure right there, dude. Bam. There's what everybody's all about. The Nine Nub, dude. Oh, baby. Nine Nub in the hole. Nine Nub on the stand. 25th anniversary right there, dude. There he is, dude. Boom. Nine Nub. It's a good minifigure. You're sitting there. He had to do it. Could help it. Could help it. So yeah, it's that thing, and then that's what I mean, being out here in this out in the middle of the ocean of life, knowing that it's up to me, dude. Like, so my wife isn't a homeschool teacher. She's not interested in it. That's not her jam, dude. That's not her. It's not that she's not interested. It's just, that's not what her skill set lies in, dude. Right? Like, she's not, and me, like it's a weird, like, dedication thing. And it's not shorting out on my wife or anything. It's just, there's something in me about like fighting the revolution. You can talk smack all day long about the revolution and this and that. But for me, like, educating my child is such a level of like committing to whatever it is that is the revolution or fixing the system or whatever it is, right? And so when I'm sitting there with them and I go, and I know that he's on one level smarter than I am, dude. Children feel pressure with education and so, yeah, but like we're not in the pressure cooker situation. We don't do it like that in that sense. My thing is about using your mind, right? Like using your mind and not being dependent. Because I'm not really about filling his head with useless information, right? Like, that's not my trip at all. I'm all about like knowing how to access information. That's my trip, is knowing how to access the information is where I'm at, I mean, they take to it though. They take to it, but it's the thing where, like, I've realized too that like there's a level of you gotta push them. It's like exercise or something, it's super important that they get stretched out. Like, that's what I mean is, C3PO silver leg, dude. I thought R2D2 had a silver leg. I thought it was R2D2, man. Mandaloo all the way, dude. So yeah, no, so it's that thing where like, again, is there's also, since I joined up, all capping wrecks me head. Yeah, dude. We haven't had one of those in a while. Anyone who wants to join up, memberships are down below too. I haven't done that hype, but good day, Cactus Dowser. If anyone wants to join up, become a membership, like the troll family there, like, you're more than welcome, dude. You fired up, dude. Support your Lego brick builder in a way that YouTube won't, dude. We got to do for ourselves what YouTube won't. And so yeah, so it's stuff like that. It's just that thing of like, there's the buck. I'm chill. Oh yeah. It's just that thing of there's no cavalry coming, man. And so it's not something that like the other day, like we went up. So yesterday with the fire, like Owl showed up in a way that was so like next level rad, where he dropped all this like, child stuff. Like he'll be out there like, oh, it's too hot to do this. Or dude, yesterday he was a trooper. We were up late last night, making sure the fire was out and the whole thing. And he was a trooper. And then it was like the day before, like a couple days before, we had gone up and gone firewood cutting. Dude was a trooper, dude, like super gnarly. Like, let me lift it in the back of the truck and the whole thing, and just showed up in a big way, dude. And weird, dude. And just showed up in this huge way that you can't teach, right? Oh, wait, hold on a second. I'm all confused. So it's that weird trying to find the balance with it all thing, and just make sure the ship's moving in the right direction. Hey, Paraplegic, how's your boy doing, dude? How's your boy up in Idaho doing, man? Is he I haven't he's managed to stay off the radar, dude. He hasn't gotten in any turf wars with anyone lately. Is he okay? Wow, we're picking it all up tonight, aren't we? Next level, dude. So weird, man. I don't quite get it, but whatever. It's very bizarre. Right, Dowser? We're having a nice mellow evening here, clicking some bricks. And lo and behold, here we are. We'll just let it spool out for a minute, dude. Huh. Weird. Weird, right, Dazzer? It got strange all of a sudden, dude. But that's okay. So goes the world, right? Oh, that's a nice little touch. Yeah, right? Billy Tan's even tripping out, dude. It's not upside down world, brother. Unfortunately, political gamer, it's not Darren-esque. Yeah, not even slightly even close to Darren-esque. It's not even the spirit. Darren was always Darren knew how to roll in, dude. This one's just come in like hot. Like they've announced themselves. Darren liked to drift in the background and then just sort of slowly build some momentum and then pounce. You know what I mean? The turd of Darren, dude. Yeah. Oh, Darren, dude. I don't know, but we're almost done. We almost got the... He actually stopped. Really, dude? He's stopped having his tantrums? Oh, the man must have gotten to him. His handlers must have come in and read him the riot act. Interesting. He's mellowed out. Go figure. The wife must have told him, like, dude, you got to cut it out, dude. You're blowing it. I mean, that's what wives are supposed to do, right? You're blowing it, dude. Bear Fest is in Missouri this weekend. I sent 15 pounds so that 500 bears have plenty of coffee drink. Darren is a Karen. They're still doing that whole weird thing. He's got a solid cult. I'll give him that, dude. How much is he scalping the bears for it at 500? How many at 5? So if he's I bet guaranteed that's got to be like what? A couple $100 a head? How much is he charging for his little bear festival, dude? It's a good hustle, man. 500 people at $100, he kills it, dude. Paraplegic, yeah, you do. We know that. We know you ain't playing, Bear. This little console is sort of amazing. I think we're almost coming to an end here, dude. I'm feeling. No, I got a lot of extra pieces still. I'm glad I got it all out of my system early, man. Like, Grateful Ed got to hear the good stuff. All right. So how's Charizona there, Paraplegic? Still curious how much the big bear's getting per head to his little disco dance. Dude's cleaning up, I bet, dude. Good for him, man. Good for him, dude. You gotta give credit where credit is due, dude. I don't think Barricade Garage is gonna be there. Or do they make up friends, man? I haven't followed in so long, dude. Yeah, what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do, Dazzer, right? It just is what it is, I suppose. All right. My wife made this rat. We've got so many zucchinis. My wife has been making zucchini bread and zucchini soups and all sorts of goodies like that. She made this, but I've been eating a lot of zucchini bread the last week, man. Like, dang. She made some butternut squash soup out of the, because I grew a bunch of butternut squash. And it's pretty fantastic. She's been on a homemaker spree lately. Like full gone country. So it won't last long, but it's I'll take the home cooking while I can get it. You know what I mean? I was out prepping bird's nests for strawberries just before. Yeah, man, I'm getting I'm kind of just getting everything ready for next spring. Like, I'm already thinking in terms like that right now. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm feeling pretty good about everything though. I got a bunch of like watermelons coming in right now. And my honeydews are killing it. So I'm feeling pretty good about the garden scene, all said and done. I'm trying to get get a push on my tomato, final push on my tomatoes. I mean, there's still a couple months left, but it's sort of the end run. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden, it's going to get cold quick. I'm not going to be bummed on that. It's like going to be fall. Like, one day I'll wake up, it'll just be fall. It's going to just like be fall. Bam, just like that. There won't be any transition. It's weird. I've noticed around here that, sorry about that. The transition, it's just the season switches. Boom. New season. All right. All right, look at that, dude. We got it going on. What happened to our trolls split pretty quick? They didn't hang out much. Non-committed trolls, dude. What are you going to do? All right, well, we did it. Okay, let's see. I think that's... So there's the skiff with its little deal. It's got a little finger loaded. The ramp right there is finger loaded in the back here, which is nice. The door opens to the side. Swing, swing, swing. It's a pretty good skiff. I have the skiff from the last one they made. So we'll do a little compare and contrast on that and go from there. We'll just get everybody all loaded up in here. Where's Boba Fett, dude? Oh, Boba Fett's in the Sarlacc Pit, dude. I think it's Ola. Holmes. Where's Jabba? We don't get Jabba yet, dude. But there's Boba Fett's hiding out in there. And there's the Sarlacc Pit. I'll do a full review on this, but there it is. All crewed up. You got Lando Calrissian right there at the controls. Paraplegic. They run a big fancy porta potties. They have huge tent for music. It's like 3-day event. I think tickets are $80 per adult. Kids under 13 are free. Barricade got a new John Deere last I saw. I'm going to get going here. And I don't know. I'm going to get going here, dude. We'll be back for a full review on this thing. I got some sort of thing going on in the background here. With that said, we will take it easy. I don't have any time for festival. I have too many orders. That's right, Paraplegic. You're a true professional. With that said, hey, keep on clicking bricks and do the thing and all of that. We will adios, my friends, and see you on the brick side.